Okay. So what it is? So ride hardware. So first of all, we'll go to this part. Mm, Controller card. Okay, just like this. It is like your SCSI card type. We will get it. So there is so many type of cards are there. On motherboard, ride controllers also there. On motherboard, ride controllers also there. Okay, so what is this ride controllers? Just we can connect a multiple hard disk, or maybe on SCSI already we are connecting a multiple hard disk. Just we have to configure it. So which ride level you want to configure by hardware only. And another one is also I forget to show you NAS boxes, sandboxes like that. NAS boxes we can able to purchase directly from the market. So like this. So I'm opening Amazon.in. So in India also you can buy. So you can see this is the disk base. Okay, you can see the disk base. Four disks we can able to attach it. So you can see the four base. You can see, and also you can see this side status disk one, disk two, disk three, disk four, and there is a USB port is also there and power button. And if you see the back side, you can see the back side. The fan means for a exhaust fan for heating, so like for cooling purpose. And you can see the two LAN connections also there. And there is some SD card, and there is a power connection purpose, and there is a USB, some locking kind of stuff is there. Okay, if you see this one, this is a one simple network attached storage device. You can purchase thing. Sometimes you have to make sure when you are purchasing, are you purchasing empty box or with hard disk. So that is the thing. So this is a duck station with the hard disk with the 10 terabyte of hard disk, single hard disk. So it is 82,000. Okay, and also you can see, if you go through details of the Butler one, so you can also see, is it support a ride or not. So it means the box itself support a ride levels. You must go carefully have to read. So it contains a 4 core 1.4 gigahertz 1 GB RAM inside of this one. Okay, see, four hard disk you can put it, LAN status, and also you can see LAN connection is also there. It is also a NAT storage. Mhm. Uh, so one by one you have to verify, then only slowly. Like this is SSDs also we can connect it, but we implement RAID or not? That is the main thing. Two 10 gigahertz ports also we are getting. Okay. If we don't have a time, and it is showing. It is showing RAID cards, but I want on the motherboard. We need a no. On motherboard also controllers are there. RAID cards, through RAID card also we can able to do it. And of course, with that NAS boxes, sandboxes also we implement RAID kind of stuff. Okay, so you can check in this right boxes also. You will find it, but so currently, so we don't have much time to look at the ride related kind of stuff. You have to read that entire description. Somewhere it is written. So which ride support it is. Okay. Okay. So that is called a hardware ride. It means on the board, so you can directly configure for a ride levels. What is the ride software? So what is the RAID software? Using a software means some application, or maybe a Linux administration applications, or maybe Windows RAID. Okay, so like a RAID software. So if you have a Windows servers, using Windows servers also we can create like this. If you see, so this is the Windows server disk management only. Using a simple disk management, you can manage it. So you can create a which RAID you level you want it. You can easily create it. So you don't require any specific softwares to manage the RAIDs. This is a some software. It is, I think. Mini partition tool. It is a software for managing your disk management related, and as well as a RAID management. But also you can use your simple disk management to do it. So to configure RAID 5 and other things, you must require a server operating system. For RAID 0, RAID 1, you require a RAID Windows 10 is also enough. Okay, so that is called a software RAID. What is hardware RAID? So on motherboard or a maybe RAID controller card or inbuilt NAS or a SAN boxes, the it means the storage base inbuilt. So there are having a hardware RAID controller. So then we can manage the RAID levels through it directly. What is the RAID software? Using a certain software or a disk management. Using a disk management in a Windows. Okay, in Windows and Linux RAID by installing RAID application or a RAID softwares you can use. Okay, you can use RAID software to manage RAID levels. So that is about your basically two type of RAIDs. So we'll see the RAID levels. That's why I'm waiting. RAID levels are very important. So first of all, why we need this RAID? So okay, so first of all, I started like this is my hard disk. Okay, so the hard disk size is around 1 terabyte. Now this is my D drive. Think like it is my D drive. Now I have a 1 terabyte of disk and it is about to full. It is about to full. Okay, so this is my disk one. So this is about to full. So what I have to do? It is already 900 GB completed. 1 terabyte is about to full. So what to do? That is a question. Anyone? Hello? Hello? Anyone? Someone is trying to speak. Yes. And tell me, so what to do? Anything, no problem. There is no right and wrong in my session. So, guys, there is no right and wrong. So, you have to speak something, then you will be get connected to the subject. That's very simple. Very simple. This is a simple scenario. Like I have a 2 terabyte of hard disk, external hard disk, and it is about to full almost like 1.8 GB full. What I've done, I buy another 2 terabytes. Okay, so what to do? Attach another hard disk. Okay, like that all, right? So, but here, yes, sir. Yeah, tell me. So copy or delete the existing data. So or maybe move the data to some other hard disk. Like that, we can free the disk, right? In normal condition. But we can also do one more thing that is like this. So in enterprises, what I'm doing is I took another hard disk. This is 1 terabyte. This is also a 1 terabyte. And using your volumes, okay, first of all we have to convert this basic disk into dynamic disk. Okay, and I will combine these two disks and create a single large volume. I'm creating single large volume, not only two disks, you can add two or more. So The total disk is 2 terabyte. Total disk is 2 terabyte. This type of volume you call it as a stripped. Sorry, the RAID levels we say it is a RAID 0. Okay, and in a name it is stripped volume. Okay, so this is a voluming, not a partitioning. It is we are combining physical hard disk together and create a large volume. So that is we call it as a RAID 0 and stripped volume. So what it is, combining two or more disks. Okay, and we'll get a total disk space. So how much you are adding, that much you will get a disk space. So that is a RAID 0. Like 3 disk, 4 disk, 5 disk, we can able to connect it. So that is called a stripped volume. But one more important is no disk failure. Okay, no disk failure. Meaning is if one of the disk is failure, total data loss. You cannot get the data back. So that is a very important. So don't make sure no disk failure. Okay, so not a single disk should be failure. Normally disk is disconnected and reconnected back, that is okay. But if disk is not working, you insert a new disk, so the total data lost. No disk failure, no parity. No parity. So I will explain what is this parity kind of stuff, but so also just add that one more point. No parity, no disk failure. If no parity means redundancy won't work here. Okay, so this is for creating huge volumes. Then what is the solution? So I have a computer. Example, best example is our Pune, in our Pune office. What happened? Our front office system is there. Very important data means all fees details, batch details, your candidate details, and inquiry details. Everything is there in that system only. What happened? Disk is not working. Total data loss. Luckily, some data is already transferred. Like only last few days data is not there, so you luckily take the backup. Okay, but the disk is damaged. So what happened? He took the disk to the person who sold that disk, and he said disk won't work now. So he will take lot of money for a recovering of data. So we can't do anything. Just leave it. So what is the solution? Maybe it is a hard disk. It is an electronic equipment. Anytime it can be failure, right? Anytime it can be failure. So then what is the solution? So I took a two disk. Okay, disk 1 and disk 2. So maximum disk are a 2 disk only. And this is, for example, first one is 1 terabyte and second one is 1 terabyte. I combine these two disks and create a RAID level 1. Okay, I combine these two disks and I said RAID level 1. So what is this RAID level 1? Mirrored. Okay, mirror or a mirrored. Okay, so mirror we can use mirror or a mirrored, anything word you can use. So what is this mirror? If one disk is failure, no problem, still we will get a data. So I will write that one here. It is a combine two disk and single volume, single volume. Okay, for as a single volume. And what we will get, it will get a one disk volume only. It means out of two, one disk volume size you will get it. Okay, one disk volume size only. Letter won't change. D like a E drive only. So nothing will be changed. Only thing is, it means it is called a single disk failure. It is called a single disk failure without parity, no parity bits. Okay, so what is this? Very simple to tell like this. You will get 1 terabyte only. Example is, if you combine 1 terabyte, you will get 1 terabyte only, not 2 terabyte. But if one of the disk is failure, if one of the disk is failure, no problem, still you can able to access the data. Of course, writes are not replacement of writes are not replacement of backups. But whenever a disk is failure and you are already having a backup, so you have to remove the disk, reinsert the new disk, and restore the backup. It will take time, right? We are all, lot of people are accessing Google server, lot of people are accessing Gmail account, or maybe what we can say now, Zoom online classes, right? Lot of people are accessing Zoom, lot of people accessing different kind of mail server. So what happened, if you are maintaining single disk, if disk is failure, you said your client, wait, I have a backup, so I will restore the backup in the new hard disk. So client will tell, so he won't tell anything. Very simple. You will get a fired, and they will fine on you only. So you have to maintain properly the infrastructure. So what we have to do? Configure proper RAID levels. So then, if any disk is failure, no problem. Still, the client can able to access the data. What is the RAID level one? So if one of the disk is failure, no problem. Still, we can able to access the data. And here we use more than, not more than means only two disks we can use as a single volume, like a D drive. One is, so the total space you will get single disk volume only. And if any of the disk is failure, still no problem, we can able to access without a parity. So that we call it as a RAID one, or a mirror volume, or a mirror disk. Okay, so the first one is RAID 0 stripped volume. We can combine two or more disks together and make a huge volume. And but if any of the disk is failure, so you cannot access the data. So data access will be, won't be there. So that is called a RAID one. So RAID 0. Next, the main important, another important one is, so RAID 5. So here we have to take minimum 3 disk. In a RAID 5, we'll take a minimum 3 disk. Why RAID 5 is another advantage of RAID 5 is, RAID 1, if one of the disk is failure, still we can able to access the data, but it broke the RAID. So there is a two disadvantages also there. So we have to compulsory note down that one. So what is that? So when disk fails, okay, mirror broke. So it will broke the mirror, and if you reinsert the disk, then it become a two hard disk only. So you have to reconfigure the mirror again. Okay, you have to reconfigure the mirror again. So that's a little bit headache. Next, almost 50%. It means 1 terabyte, you should get a 2 terabyte, but you are getting only half of the total space. So 50% of total space loss, right? 50% are a 1 by 2. Okay, total space is loss. Okay, here what are the advantage of this RAID 5? So I will take a 3 disk here. Minimum 3 disk you have to take it. Disk 1, disk 2, disk 3. Okay, each one is 1 terabyte, 1 terabyte, 1 terabyte. And I combine these 3 disks with the RAID 5. Okay, so total space I will get is 2 terabyte only, not 3 terabyte, not 1 terabyte, not 1.5, 2 terabyte. Okay, so this is a RAID 5. Again, this is the RAID 5. Okay, so it does not have any other names. So this is the one only. So 3 days we combine, we'll get a 2 terabyte. So here it is, combine two or more. Actually, they said two or more. Sorry, not two or more, three or more. But RAID 5 means three, not more than three. You will really confuse. Okay, three or more disk as a single volume. Okay, single volume. So total volume size is a 2 by 3 of total disk size. It means two disk size you are getting. Okay, and it is a single disk failure. Again, it is also a single disk failure with parity. So why it is parity? Now it is parity came. So what is this parity? So we'll see that one parity. Guys, listen very carefully. Okay. So what is this parity here? If I write some data in my a disk, one disk something I've written it some data. That data relevant parity stores in the other disk. Okay, the relevant data parity, the data's parity stores in a other disk. For example, I store a data in the second disk, the relevant parity stores in another disk. So what happened if one of the disk is failure? If this disk is failure and I replace with a new disk, I replaced with a new disk. So what happens? No problem, it recreate the data into the volume. So it will regenerate the data from other disk and my data will be back into the disk. So still you can able to access the data, but meanwhile when you receive when you reset the when you change the disk, also the data will be regenerated, because of in enterprises no one knows when another disk will be failure. I'm repeating again, I have a 3 days and it is a single disk failure. One of the disk is failed. Still, client can able to access the data. So very good. Guys got the point. One of the disk is failure. Still, users can able to access the data. No change in the data. Okay. Next, if I replace the disk, so what I done? So I replace this the failed disk with a another disk, new disk. So I connected another disk like this. So what happened using this parity is nothing but a some points, some extracted equivalent data from your actual data only, like a CRC type. So like a compressed or some like instead of I put a 0 1 0 0 0 like that, so it will generate 1 0 1 only. So like that, it came from your data only. Using that parity bits, it will regenerate a data back in your main disk. So 3 disks having a same data. After that one, if another disk is failure, no problem. Still, we have a two combinations. If in case, if in case, if I didn't change my disk and I didn't regenerate the data, okay, what happens? If another disk is also failure, now total data loss. More than one disk is failure, total data loss. So that is a RAID 5. So that is a RAID 5. So what is RAID 5? So we use more we combine three or more disks. We combine three or more disks as a single volume. So total volume size is 2 by 3 of a total volume size. Here is a 1 by 2 volume. Here it is 1 by 2 volume size. It is a 2 by 3 volume. So that's the important one. It's a single disk failure with parity. So what is the meaning of that parity? So any of the disk. So once you return a data into a disk, so the equivalent parity bits will created in another disk. Equivalent parity bits created in another disk. So what is the advantage of that one? If any of the disk is failure and replace the disk with a new one, replace the faulty disk with a new disk, automatically using the other hard disk, it regenerated data into the new disk, regenerate this data into the new disk, and all three are having a same data. Now it is maintaining same data. So that is a best for an enterprise solution is RAID 5. Then also I've written RAID 6. RAID 6. What is this? RAID 6 is also same as a RAID 5. There is a no difference between RAID 5 and a RAID 6. Meanwhile, anybody not understanding or repetition or anything, please tell me. Here in a RAID 5, we use how many disks I'm using? 5 disks. So disk 1, disk 2, disk 3, disk 4, disk 5. Okay. So this is 1 terabyte. Just I'm taking an example. If I take 2 terabytes here, 2, 2, 2, then it become 4 terabytes. Like that. Here I'm taking 5 1 terabytes. It means totally 5 terabytes. So my total space is 3 terabytes only. Okay. So I combine 5 disk. I combine 5 disk. So I'm getting 3 by 5 disk space. Volume size. Sorry. You have to tell volume size. Okay. So it is a 2 disk failure. It is a 2 disk failure. RAID 5 with parity. This is also a parity. RAID 5, guys. RAID 5, how many disk failure? To RAID 5, how many disk failure? How many disk allowed to fail? Have allowed to fail. One. RAID 6, maximum how many disks to fail? Two disk. Both are having parity. RAID 1, how many disks allowed to fail? RAID 1. Yeah. How many disks can fail? Only one, because only there are having two. One is allowed to fail. Still we can able to access the data without parity. And yeah, we tell another point, that is 50% only disk space we are getting, but here 2 by 3 we are getting, here 3 by 5 we are getting. Another one is because of parity, even one disk is failure, no problem. When you replace the disk with a new one, whenever you replace faulty disk with a new one, automatically regenerate the data into new disk. Why? Because of using parity. So that's a very simple. Right. And also I told RAID 10, it means combination of RAID 1 and RAID 0. Just simply like two stripped volumes. Okay. And a mirror volume, like this, like combining. So this is one, this is another one. Okay. Yeah, why this is line is came? If someone is trying to write on my screen or what? I didn't given any permission to anyone, right? Someone written a drawing on me. It's okay, no problem. Next, ride 50, same as ride 5 and ride 0. Stripped volume and ride 5 combination. Okay, so this is about your ride. Yeah, how many people are alive and how many people are dead? You're about to die. Okay, guys, understood or okay? So compulsory, guys. So it is a very good concept also because no one knows CTS batch people will get what project you will get it. This is the one of the project data center management, storage management is also one of the project. Okay, other projects are there, and also I think I shared one uh, Facebook or Instagram some link I shared, that is mobile management related link. So compulsory go through it, maybe now or maybe later, so no problem, because our very last year batch some of the students got a project in mobile device management. Okay, so that's why I shared it. I found some information in Facebook. Okay, so this is about your ride again. So ride redundant array of independent disk. Ride levels are ride 0, ride 1, ride 5 are important ride levels. Ride 0 is a stripped volume. Ride 0 is a stripped volume. Combination of two or more disk and make a total disk volume. So total disk space is equal to total disk volume. Okay. So no disk failure means if any of the disk is failure, you cannot access the data. Next, ride 1. Right one is a mirror disk, means we are using two disks and we combine the two disks and create a mirror disk, that is called a write one. If one of the disk is failure, still we can able to access the data without parity. Okay, it is a single disk failure without a parity. But whenever the disk is failure, it is possible mirror breaks. Again, you have to reconfigure entire mirror from starting. And another important point is only 50% of total disk space you will get it. So like a 1 terabyte combined, you will get 1 terabyte only, not more than that. Okay. Next one is RAID 5. RAID 5 is a single disk failure, but with the parity. We use three minimum disk here, but you will get a 2 by third of total disk. Like if you use 1 terabyte, 1 terabyte, 1 terabyte, you will get a 2 terabyte of total space to store the data. And we use a parity, so then if any disk is failure, still we can able to access the data, and when you replace the faulty disk with a new one, it regenerates the data into the new disk. So again the write 5 will be works and runs. It is the best solution for a enterprise purpose. This is for a local normal servers or maybe a local machines. Right, mirror is okay, but RAID 5 is for enterprises purpose only. And RAID 6 is a much better than a RAID 5, because here we use a 5 disk, and it is allowed to fail 2 disk. Okay, and with a parity, so then you can, if any disk is failure, replace the disk and regenerate back with the RAID 6. RAID 6 is not a direct option. So when you use a 5 disk, so obviously it is become RAID 5 become RAID 6 type only. Another day, another writes I told RAID 5 and RAID 0. Sorry, RAID 10 and RAID 50. Both are like a combination of two RAID levels to achieve more redundancy kind of stuff. RAID 0 only for huge volumes, but RAID 1 and RAID 5, RAID 6 for a redundancy purpose. Means if any disk is failure, don't wait. Still user can able to access the data. That's it. For a practical purpose,